Rock, metal, prog, and everything in between. If you're into rock, you've come to the right place. Welcome to this episode of Talkin Rock with Meltdown. Don't forget to follow the audio-only Talkin Rock podcast on all podcast platforms. And now, it's time for today's conversation. Here's Meltdown.
Hey, Scott, thanks so much for joining us, man.
Good to be here. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
I was just telling someone that I'm sure you don't remember this, but the first time you ever came through Detroit, I interviewed you and the rest of the band outside the club in Pontiac. And I think I think like the first single, My Own Prison, was just breaking or something. So man, it's been a long time.
Obviously, if that was the first single, that was like 1996 or 1997, man.
I'm thinking 1997. You guys were just young bucks, just breaking it onto the scene. And here we are. Your new record coming up, Higher Power, that drops on the 15th of March. And the few songs I've heard from it so far, I mean, this is kind of, I don't know, every record's personal, but this sounds really personal.
You know, it really is. And it was made during a real, just unique period in my life where I was living the songs as they were being created. It was very spontaneously written. And really is a story from the first song to the last of a period of time in my life, which I know I've said that before. It seems like all my records are, and I guess that's how the art comes out of me. You know, it's just a reflection of my life and the journey that I was going through. So the only way I know how to write is from the heart, and from emotion and from inspiration, and that's definitely where this album was born from.
Now, when did you start? When did the writing process for this record start?
If my memory serves me correctly, in 2021. So it was a long process, and it was really spaced out because I had so many things going on in my life that you know, if I probably put all the writing time together, the record was probably written over the course of 2 or 3 months. But to get everything done because of everything else that was going on in my life, you know, it took a while. So I'm glad we're finally here, and I'm glad we're getting a chance to share it with you. And I appreciate you guys playing Higher Power.
Yeah, no doubt. So you're talking about in 2021. So obviously there was a lot going on in the world at that time, or
Yeah,
the way you look
yeah,
at it. But
yeah.
Is that when you like moved and your kids are growing up and all this kind of stuff?
No, Mike, we moved to Nashville in 2016.
Okay.
But definitely had kids growing up.
Yeah.
Three kids in the house. You know, a toddler at the time. And then my son Daniel, who's now 13, and my daughter Milan, who just turned 17. You know, so they were at different stages than they are now. So you know, there was a lot of coaching going on, a lot of carpool line, a lot of pick up and drop off, and a lot of baths and changing diapers and cleaning up messes. All good stuff though, man. You know, I love it. I love being a dad, and love every part of it.
Yeah, and somebody had to take care of the chickens as well, right?
That's so funny, man. Yeah, we had to take care of the chickens, and you know, I felt like an idiot one time. I realized, I was like, why am I doing this every night for like a month? Because I didn't want them locked up in the pen all day. So I would let them, you know, kind of roam in my backyard. But trying to herd chickens is a challenge, man. And so trying to get them back in the pen every night was a task. But it kept me in shape, I guess.
Now, as little as I know about chickens, because my neighbors have them, they automatically just go back to where they're supposed to go at nighttime. At least his does. I don't know how you train them.
You know what? I tried my best to train those chickens, and they wanted to stay out.
Okay.
And so, you know, for their own protection, I had to get them in the pen every night. So I was running around herding chickens, man, for like an hour every night. It was funny. If somebody caught it on film, it would be quite the joke.
Yeah, this conversation has taken a real turn. Let's get back to the record here for Higher Power.
Yeah, man.
With Dorothy, and if I'm saying his name wrong, Yiannis Papadopoulos.
Yes.
I had to look him up, but man, he shreds. I mean, he's got 2 solos on the song "What I Deserve." I mean, this guy's a shredder.
He's, you know, I've been really blessed to be able to collaborate and write with probably what I consider two of the best guitar players uh, in the last 20 years. And, Yiannis is from Greece. And so a lot of people don't know him on the American scene yet. But man, once they hear this record and once these songs come out, for those who have heard What I Deserve, they'll really hear what a special talent Yiannis is. And not only is he a shredder, but he plays with such feeling and emotion. And really on that solo and What I Deserve, you can see it, the journey that he takes you on in his solo. I just feel it's pure genius. And I got goosebumps, when he wrote it in the studio and then he wanted to go over it again and sent me the final version. I was just like, man, goosebumps, bro. I think that's one of the greatest solos I've heard in a decade. So, I've been real fortunate to work with some incredible guitar players.
Now, is he going to join you on the road?
Yeah, we've been in a band together now, coming up on our 9th year.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know Sammy Fuller's from here too, and so I wasn't sure who you're taking on the road or what's going on.
Yeah. Yiannis is my guy. Sammy fills in sometimes. Sammy and I do a lot of acoustic shows together. And if Yiannis can't make it, Sammy's been really cool to fill in on a few shows. But Yiannis is in the solo band. He's the guy.
Okay, gotcha. And then you got this song with Dorothy as well, If These Walls Could Talk. Now, I know Dorothy pretty well. Not only is she a great talent, but she's also very spiritual. How did you get in touch with Dorothy and work with her?
Well, that was a process with that song. When it was originally written, I knew immediately that it needed to be a duet. And so I went on a search trying to find the right person, the right girl, the right female artist. And initially I thought, maybe this is a song that I take over and cross over into the country world. And so I went out and met with a young, incredibly talented country artist named Alexandra Kay. And I was considering her for the song. And then I spoke to my manager about another country artist, Lainey Wilson. And right before we were getting ready to send her the track to see if she wanted to be on it, I found out she did a duet with Jelly Roll. So I was like, all right, let me move on. And so I was out on
Ann Hardy, right?
Ann Hardy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was out on tour with Daughtry, and Dorothy was opening, and someone came in the dressing room. I forget who it was. It may have been Yiannis, and said, "Hey, you got to come out here and check out Dorothy. She's an incredible singer." And so I went out and watched a couple of her songs and her set, and I knew immediately that was the voice that I needed on this song. And so she used the same producer and collaborator, co-songwriter that I have for years, Scott Stevens. Mm-hmm. And she was in the studio with Scott. And I reached out to Scott and said, "Hey, play Dorothy Walls and see if she's interested in singing on it, see if it connects with her." And he texts me back and he's like, "Man, she was in tears. She's definitely in." And so I was excited and just anxiously awaiting to hear her performance. And when I got the track back and heard the song when she came in, it was just goosebumps. And I was like, "Man, thank you." And so I'm really excited to share that song with everybody in the world.
Yeah, I feel like both of you guys are kind of like cut from the same cloth, or at least maybe have traveled down the same paths, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, definitely. We're both on this road of recovery, trying to live the sober life. We're both, Christians, and, trying to put God first in all that we do. And despite our falls and our stumbles, we get back up, we keep going, and keep trying to live the life that we have in front of us. And don't define ourselves by our struggles, but realize that those are times that teach us in order to help us grow and reach and become the human beings that we want to be. And so, yeah, we're both on that same journey.
Yeah, I'm glad you hooked up with Dorothy. She's great. Her last record was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, incredible. She's an incredible talent. And it's a blessing that it all worked out that way.
Yeah. So the Higher Power record comes out on March 15th, 2024. And then, of course, a couple months later, actually the next month, I think you're going out on tour with Creed. Is that right? It's that fast?
I do. I have a solo tour in March,
okay.
Which will be announced here coming up. And then, yeah, we have the Creed Cruises in April.
That's right.
And then I'll do another solo tour the following month in May. And then we gear up for, and I may do some more solo touring in June, and then gear up for rehearsals for the Creed tour in July.
Now, have you done rehearsals already? I mean, I saw your video and stuff, that you guys put out when you guys kind of said you were getting back together. Have you guys been rehearsing?
No, we haven't rehearsed yet, but we've been together quite a few times. Got a lot of secrets and things in store for folks.
Cool.
Coming up here soon, so stay tuned. But I'm looking forward to rehearsals. But I've had a chance to spend a lot of time with Mark, a lot more time as of late, and things are just so positive. The vibe is so cool. And so I'm really excited to take that positivity and get on stage and play these songs, man. They're still so meaningful to all of us, and we can't wait to rock out, man.
Are you surprised at how this tour? Like, I think I was just talking with your guy, your publicist, and it's like I think the show is like sold out here in Detroit. I mean, what did you expect when the tickets went on sale? Did you think are people going to show up, or I mean, what do you expect?
You know what, man? I deep down in my heart, because of everything that kind of happened during COVID and during in 21 and 22, with all of a sudden our catalog resurging and things going viral online. And I think it started with Barstool, that opportunity that we had that unfortunately COVID got in the way of. But the ball really started rolling, and so I really was excited and anticipated a positive reception because of just what was going on online via social media. And it appears that we've connected with an entire new generation of fans, which is just a gift. And so, there's a lot of Creed fans that didn't get to see us play, before we broke up. And so, it's cool, and definitely excited about the sales and excited about how well it's being received.
And plus, now you don't got to hear questions from idiots like me saying, "When is Creed getting back together?"
Yeah. Here we are, man. And it's all good. And the other positive thing about it is I got a solo record, and new music that's coming out, and riding the wave with Creed and my solo record. And I think it couldn't be more, I don't think it's a coincidence that Higher Power is the single, and then all this stuff happens with Creed. I definitely think a higher power was involved in making it all happen. So it kind of seems like it's been the soundtrack, this song in particular that you guys are playing, and I appreciate it. It's kind of been the guiding light that I think is manifesting all this stuff into existence, man. And so I just feel blessed for all of it.
Can you point to like one specific instance where you thought, yeah, let's get back together with the band?
I think it's been real organic. I mean, we started talking, I think in I can't remember exactly whether it was mid 2020 or early 2021, about the idea, but I wanted it to be authentic. I wanted it to be real. And so conversations continued, and then it just happened. I think we all knew it was going to happen at some point. We just didn't know when. And so, I thank my higher power, that it happened when it did.
I hate talking about the pandemic because I don't want to talk about it anymore, but do you think that might have played into it a little bit? Are you guys stuck at home and you're trying to start thinking about your past, or did that not have anything to do with it at all?
You know what? For me, it didn't have anything to do with it at all. I was totally focused on making Higher Power, the album. And that was where my head was at. I had no idea or thought that Creed was going to be doing a tour. It just all kind of, lined up that way. So at the time I was just thinking I'd be doing a solo tour this year.
Selfishly, are you happy because now your kids are a little bit older, they can see you playing Creed?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely want to make my kids proud, and want them to kind of live this with me as it happens, and want to be cool in my kids' eyes. You know what I mean? And so they really haven't seen at the age that they are, what their dad had done earlier in his life. And so I'm excited for them to be able to experience it and see it being older.
Yeah, and I've watched you through your entire career, obviously, and we've talked, many times, whatever, but you're a completely different person than you were when you were in Creed, weren't you? I mean, the first time.
Well, I mean, I think age has something to do with that. You mature. I think going through things in life has a tendency to impact you in who you are as you mature and go through struggles and trials. And man, I went through a lot of stuff. I
Mhm.
went through a lot of stuff publicly, privately, and it's continued. I mean, no one's life is perfect, and I definitely think that can have an impact on your perspective, on your personality, on your view of the world, and it can definitely change you. And I'm hoping, and I know that I feel it's changed me for the good,
Mhm.
and in a positive way. Not that I was bad in the past, but I'm an older guy now, man, and just want things to be chill and positive, and take things one day at a time, man. And that's how I've survived.
How much are you looking forward to stepping on stage for the first time, whether you be on the cruise or just on the arena stage or the shed stage, I guess, with the band?
I'm looking forward to getting on stage um, in March for my
Just
solo
period.
tour.
Yeah, just period. Yeah.
That's I mean, I'm touring now. I got shows here at the end of the month with Daughtry. We're doing some stuff out on the West Coast, but I'm really looking forward to March and getting out and playing this solo record.
Mm.
And I mean, that's the exciting thing that's right in front of my face right now. As far as the Creed tour, of course, I'm looking forward to that. But again, remember, I've been on that stage for decades with these guys, and played those arenas and played those sheds. And so it's something that it's just what Creed does. And I'm humbled and honored with the opportunity to get back on that stage and deliver for the fans as a solo artist, and with Creed.
Yeah, looking forward to the shows. Of course, Three Doors Down opening up.
Yeah.
Some of your neighbors there, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Love those guys. Brad is incredible. And looking forward to getting to know the rest of the band better. But excited about that tour, man. And it's going to be a love fest, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I love the name of it too. The what is it? The Summer of '99 tour? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Kind of taking it back.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'll tell you what, dude, I'm really excited for you. You're a good dude. You've always been great to the radio station and myself. Higher Power comes out, like I said, on March 15th. You got the solo tour, you got the Creed tour. You're coming back here in mid-summer. It's gonna be a great night at Pine Knob. And like I said, I think it's already sold out. So
Excited. Can't wait to rock Detroit. Detroit's been good to us. I mean, I remember the days of the multiple nights in the arena there back in the day. And Rock City's always supported Creed, and we love you guys, and can't wait to get back there.
yeah, you guys played the 2 nights here in Pine Knob back in '99. I think it was like a Thursday and a Saturday or something. Man, just jam-packed both nights.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome. What's the arena there?
The arena here, well, it used to be Joe Louis, and that's gone now. So they got the Little Caesars Arena where
Okay,
the basketball and the hockey play and the whole thing. So
I guess back when it was Joe Louis,
yeah,
I remember doing back-to-back nights there, and the fans were incredible. And Detroit's an incredible city for music. Has produced so many talented and legendary artists over the years, and it's a city that just supports musicians and art. And so can't wait to get back and have that connection with the city of Detroit.
yeah. When the guys from Metallica came through here, and I've been in Detroit now for 28 years, I'd never been to Hitsville, USA, with the Motown stuff. Have you ever visited that place?
I haven't. I haven't.
It's really cool, man. It's like, especially if you're a musician, even if you're
Yeah,
not a Motown fan, it's just cool to see like where all this stuff came from.
absolutely, man. It's where it was born.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
listen, man, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. And good luck with everything, dude. I'm really, like I said,
Thank you.
happy for you. You've always been really good to us, and I always pull for you.
Thank you so much. You've been great to me as well. And thanks for jamming Higher Power.